68 jobs in 40 days, and maybe about 20% of them are repeat orders.
That's insane for anyone watching this. I wish that was standard, but that's incredible. You've obviously been doing a very good job closing the leads, because that's incredible. 68 jobs in 40 days. That's wild. You even had the exact number of how many, or the amount of revenue you spent on farm outs. Because I remember you gave me that number. I'm like, wow, this guy really tracks everything.
Yes, I think, let me take a look at the Excel sheet. So far, I have farmed out $3,600 worth of job to the affiliates. The revenue I've generated in 40 days with high-level app is nearly $14,000.
You've been with us about 5 weeks now. What have you noticed about online?
40th day.
You even tracked the days. That's great. You know exactly how many jobs you've done through online marketing so far. I remember on Friday, now granted, you might not have been driving on Friday when we were speaking, but how do you track so well? Is it mainly you're just tracking it all in a CRM? Are you tracking it in a Google sheet, or?
Until now, I've been tracking on an Excel sheet. So every inquiry that comes to me, and once it gets booked, I put it on an Excel sheet. So I have entire information of pickup and drop-offs and number of passengers and all the details that are usually required. So far, in 40 days, I have booked 68 jobs through the clients that you have helped me acquire. 68 jobs in 40 days, and maybe about 20% of them are repeat orders.
Oh, okay. That's insane for anyone watching this. I wish that was standard, but that's incredible. You've obviously been doing a very good job closing the leads, because that's incredible. 68 jobs in 40 days. That's wild. You even had the exact number of how many, or the amount of revenue you spent on farm outs. Because I remember you gave me that number. I'm like, wow, this guy really tracks everything.
Yes, I think, let me take a look at the Excel sheet. So far, I have farmed out $3,600 worth of job to the affiliates. The revenue I've generated in 40 days with high-level app is nearly $14,000.
Wow.
And then repeat orders. So I think maybe around 23,000 was my revenue last month, in the month of May.
Okay. Total revenue, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's say, a pretty good chunk of 70% of my income was through Limo Marketing's business.
Okay.
That's very risky, because all of my eggs are in one basket now.
Yes. This is a great point. And this is why, I tell a lot of our new clients that are smaller limo businesses just starting out or whatever, it's so important to get some affiliate work, because it does fluctuate. Every market is better some months, worse others. Not like Denver or Salt Lake City, where there's a few months where it's just booming, and then you have the shoulder months that are slower, and then the summer's a lot better. But even DC in your market, I know you live in Arlington, you serve the DC market. Some months are just better than others, but that is completely wild. And when you say repeat, do you mean you were just doing a round trip for them, I'm guessing? Or what do you mean by repeat exactly? Any sort of second job you do for them, essentially?
Yeah, so repeat orders include two. One is the airport transportation round trip, and the other one is second or third order coming from the same client, which they don't come through Limo Marketer, mostly in that case, because they already have my personal contact.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. I've noticed that you're doing a great job of updating. So the software everyone uses that we work with is high level, and it's a CRM, which is essentially just an application that helps you keep track of how many, leads you're getting, how many quotes you're doing, how many of those quotes you're actually booking, right? And then helping you get reviews, which, by the way, how many reviews do you have now?
Oh my God. So in 1 month, I think I have maybe 25 plus reviews.
Whoa.
Around 25 reviews, let's say, in 1 month. I did not even know about reviews, because I never had such a business where I have to have reviews.
Yes.
Now I have realized that reviews are very important. They bring a lot of repeat orders and the new clients too. You were the person who told me, Mark, that it's important to have reviews. Without having 1 or 2 reviews, I cannot just have you on the board and think about that you will flourish in this business.
Yeah, totally.
There were 2 to 3 conditions by you, which are not conditions, but they were like advices.
Yes.
If one wants to grow in this business, you said I should have affiliates. You mentioned that I should have reviews on Google, and I should have presence on Google, and I should 24/7 be ready to answer calls and messages and respond to the messages at the earliest when there is an inquiry. So I decided these 4 to 5 things is my way. It's going to be my way. And I think it worked out for me. I am in a stage where I'm thinking of now either finding a dispatcher for me.
Yeah.
Or maybe I continue dispatching on my own. So the second thought is already there that I should have a dispatcher at some point if everything keeps going like that. And the next thing I'm looking is maybe I need to get a Sprinter van because I've had many orders with Sprinter van, not just SUV that I'm driving. Plus, these advices from you has also led to I might be joining the National Limousine Industry
Association, NLA.
Association. Yep. Yes, because I am in communication with those guys who are helping me to find some way to get there.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, it's great to, especially, so the advice I've gotten from past interviews I've done, I don't know if you ever saw my interview with Alan from Delaware Limo. He said, especially your local organizations, don't get me wrong, the NLA, it's great to be connected with your fellow operators nationwide or worldwide, really. But he said, yeah, get involved, meet your local kind of, I guess you could call them affiliates. There's usually local meetups. Like, for instance, California, we have the GCLA, the Greater California Livery Association. But even more local than that, like, okay, Baltimore, what did you call it? There's a nickname for the whole area, Washington, D.C., Baltimore. What is it again? Was that you who told me?
Yes, DMV. Stands for Washington, D.C.
Right, of course.
M, Maryland, and V, Virginia.
Okay, of course. So the DMV, which it's funny, whenever I hear that, I think of Department of Motor Vehicles, but it is the actual greater area there. Yeah, no, so anyways, that's what Alan told me when I interviewed him. He said, yeah, he's gotten a lot of value from meeting those guys. But that's wild. So how many would you say 1 out of every, 8 or 10 jobs you might need a Sprinter for? By the way, we're not even, I believe, targeting right now Sprinters for you. I have to double check. I don't think we are. I think we're just targeting black car sort of stuff. But Unfortunately, with online marketing, with Google Ads, there's no way to know how many people are needing a potential ride. So for instance, if someone says limo service to Dulles, okay, that's their search. And that's how we target people with Google Ads, with Bing Ads. It's based on their search. But they never say for 25 people, maybe once in a great while they do, but most people don't. And so that's why what Samir's saying here, what you're saying is like so big. And so what percent would you say do you need something bigger?
Sprinter vans?
Yeah.
So out of 68 orders, I think I have 6 closed orders with Sprinter vans.
Okay.
And they pay more because there was a minimum number of hours booking.
Yeah.
And so I'm seeing a potential in that